Hi there, Luke here with another video. For those of you unfamiliar with our channel, my husband Tyler and I make weekly travel videos where we document our experiences since moving from North America to the UK. At this point in our journey, we were visiting the country of Spain, and we were embarking on a road trip around central and northern Spain. In the last video, we talked about our experience in Galicia, whereas in this video, we are going to take you from Galicia to the city of León, where there are lots of really interesting places to see in between. A lot of hidden gems that a lot of people may not know about, and hopefully you will gain a lot of insight and inspiration for places to visit and see in this beautiful and dynamic region of Spain. If you enjoy our videos, be sure to give a comment, like, subscribe, and if you feel so inclined, to leave a tip with the super thanks button, because it really does help support us in making further videos like this. After our time in Galicia, we spent a brief time going back to the region of Castilla y León. This is a region that we briefly dipped into when we drove from Salamanca to Galicia, and this time we entered back through on our way to León, and we headed first to the attraction called Las Médulas. Las Médulas is a beautiful UNESCO site that is recognized for its historical importance. Particularly, the purpose of it was gold mining by the Romans. It is actually the largest open-pit gold mine in the entire Roman Empire, and it is hard to believe that this beautiful landscape was actually caused by humans as far back in the past as 30 to 40 AD. Until the end of the 2nd century. This is kind of an interesting mix of looking like a natural landscape, but knowing that it was just influenced by humans so far back in history, and what would appear to be such a large-scale industrial operation, considering how far back in the past it was, it really is amazing to see it for yourself in person. Continuing along in Castilla y León, we also drove through these narrow mountain switchbacks to the stunning village of Peñalba de Santiago. Peñalba de Santiago is titled Uno de los pueblos más bonitos de España, or in other words, one of the most beautiful villages of Spain, and we can certainly see why. The mountaintop village is located in the Valle del Silencio, or the Valley of Silence, and is surrounded by an abundance of sanctuaries and monasteries, dating back to the 8th century. We enjoyed walking around the small streets in the town, taking in the historic architecture and panoramic views of the mountains in all directions. We were really pleasantly surprised by how quaint and special this town was, and I love these types of towns where it's a combination of living and culture in such a beautiful natural landscape. From the village, we were also happy to engage in a short hike to the Cueva de San Genadio, up in the mountainside with some great views overlooking the Valley of Silence. After we were finished at Peñalba de Santiago, we proceeded to Astorga to visit one of Gaudí's creations, the Bishop's Palace, which is also known as the Episcopal Palace. It was built between 1889 and 1913, and while Gaudí's works are normally associated with Catalonia, this particular work is one of 3 buildings by Gaudí that is actually located outside of Catalonia. The other 2 are El Capricho in Comillas and Casa Botines in León. The palace here evokes a lot of different styles. It can feel like a castle, a mansion, or even a temple with its impressive exterior made up of white granite. We finished off our time in this region with a visit to the capital city of León. We spent the day leisurely exploring the city, taking in the pretty buildings and vibrant city atmosphere. We also enjoyed visiting the Cathedral Museum in León, which houses a collection of items from all the different periods of the history of art, from prehistoric times through to the 20th century, arranged around the cathedral cloister. We continued our walk around the city, taking in the exterior beauty of some of the major buildings, including the San Marcos Monastery, the Plaza Mayor de León, and the Casa Botines house, which, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the 3 Gaudí buildings that are located outside of Catalonia. We really enjoyed the pretty, brightly colored buildings in León and would love to come back for a longer visit. Alright everyone, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you learned some new things and got some inspiration for some new places to visit in Spain. There's really so much to do in Spain, and I love sharing it with you guys, but I can't do it without your support. So if you feel so inclined, please do consider giving a comment, like, subscribe, or tip via the super thanks button. Stay tuned for our next video where we take you to some other smaller regions of northern Spain where there are lots of beautiful hiking and nature opportunities in the regions of Asturias, Cantabria, and the magnificent Picos de Europa Park. See you at the next one. Bye!